Hello everyone, my name is Keely. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today I am starting a brand new vlog that I'm really excited about, and that is reading new horror releases. So I have 3 books in this vlog that I'm really hoping that I enjoy, and I'm very much looking forward to them. The last themed vlog I did didn't go great, so I'm hoping this one goes better. So let me tell you what books I am going to be reading for this vlog. So the first book is Gallows Hill by Darcy Coates. Now I don't know what this one's about, but I am hesitant now because the first Darcy Coates book I read was okay, had fun, but it was just kind of mediocre. The second Darcy Coates book I read, I did not like it. I thought it was extremely boring and way too long, so I'm really nervous for this one, but hopefully it's good. The next book is The Sacrifice by Wrenchipeko, and this is actually a young adult horror, so I'm hoping it's fast-paced and fun, and we'll see. And then the third book is Daphne by Josh Malerman. I have heard great things about this author, but I've never read from him before. I know he's the author of Bird Box, which I've never read, but I have watched the movie and enjoyed it, so I do want to read from him. But once again, I don't know what Daphne's about, so as I am reading these books, I will tell you what they're about. But yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully I find some new favorite horror books. Alright, so the first book I decided to pick up was The Sacrifice by Wrenchipeko, and I am at 13% of the way through, so I wanted to go ahead and update you because I feel like things are about to go down. So first of all, this book takes place on a very small island in the Philippines, and we follow an 18-year-old named Alon. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced, but it's A-L-O-N, so I'm going to say Alon. And they keep calling Alon Kid, but they are 18 years old. And Alon is a local to this island, and there is a film crew from Hollywood that goes to this very small island because this island is said to be cursed. Now, none of the locals are going to help the Hollywood film crew because they don't want to talk to them, they don't want to say anything about the curse of the island, but Alon is willing to go on to this show and speak to the cameras and tell them all about the island because Alon and the island are like this, like they get along. And so Alon's gonna go with them and tell them everything and just try to hopefully keep them alive. So yes, there's a curse on the island and things are about to go down. I just have a feeling. So right now I feel like it's reading really fast. And like I said, I feel like things are gonna like pick up even more, like the curse stuff is about to start happening. There's already been some like ghosty, like seeing things already. So we start out pretty quickly, nothing slow about it so far. So hopefully it continues to go well. I like the writing so far. I also feel like this book might have a little bit of commentary. There's already been a little bit of commentary on colonialism and how white people are treating the people in the Philippines, even though that's not their country. They're like saying things like, oh, you speak English so well, like, okay. But yeah, so that's going good, and I'm going to continue reading it, and I'll let you know when I'm further in. Okay, so I'm 50% of the way through The Sacrifice, and I have several thoughts. So the main character in this is actually non-binary, and that is stated on page. However, a lot of the Hollywood producers misgender them a lot and use the wrong pronouns that they prefer. And also, there is a part in this book that I am not quite sold on. So there is a character in here that is the same age as Alon, and his name is Chase, and he is one of the producer's sons. So he is an 18-year-old, and he is also an influencer, and he is going through relationship issues. And I just don't see how that has a purpose in this story. Like, we will be seeing ghosts, and then he comes in like, oh, my ex-girlfriend, and I'm like, what is the purpose here? I really don't care for romance in my horror books unless it's about like a married couple or something, but I don't care for a romance like plotline, and I feel like there's gonna be one. I just don't understand why there's an influencer plotline in this and a relationship plotline. It's just kind of weird, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's going so fast, and I feel like I could finish it today, but I still need to watch my daily movie for October, so I'm gonna watch that, and then I might finish the book. Some of the scenes where, like, things are happening, I feel like it's happening almost too fast, because literally someone went missing, and I had no idea. Like, we came back from that scene, and they were like, so-and-so is missing, and I was like, what? Seriously? Like, I didn't even know. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I just feel like it's more of like a summer horror because they are on an island and it's like super like sunny and hot and everything. So I'm not getting all the vibes that I want, and it's not really creeping me out or spooky or anything, but I am enjoying it. I'm just curious where that romance plotline is going because it just feels so like out of nowhere. But yeah, hopefully I can finish it today, but I will update you later. Okay, so I just finished The Sacrifice by Wrenchipeko, which, by the way, didn't mention, one of my favorite covers ever. Love this cover so much, it's beautiful. Unfortunately, didn't love the inside as much. So I was kind of saying earlier that like when the action was happening, I was kind of like, where did we get to this point? How did this happen? So I feel like the pacing in this book was so off. Like so many things were happening, and every time the action scene would happen, I felt like I was running trying to catch up and being like, what's going on over there? What? I can't see, because I had no idea. Now I will say I did read an e-arc copy of this from NetGalley, so I don't know exactly how much it changed in the final, but I feel like it couldn't have changed too much, but I just feel like the pacing was so off. Also, this was one of those books where most of the characters were completely unlikable, but you knew they were probably going to die, so it was okay. But there was one character that we knew he was bad, okay? Like, we already knew, you already told us, we get it, he's bad. And then completely out of nowhere, in the end of the book, he started saying, like, racist things. And I was like, we already knew he was bad. You didn't need to throw that in there. Also, I was saying the main character is non-binary, but, like, was completely misgendered throughout the entire book. So I don't know if that's just because it was an e-arc and, like, editing came through later. But, yeah, the pacing was just off for me. Didn't really care for it. So I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5 stars. Not a great start. I have not been enjoying any of the books that I've been reading in October so far, so hopefully the next few books I will be obsessed with, but I don't have high hopes for the next one either because it is a Darcy Coates book, and I mentioned at the beginning, I haven't had good luck with her books yet. But I'm gonna start Gallows Hill next. I've decided I'm gonna start this one next because I have, like, the most expectations that I'm gonna enjoy Daphne the most. So I'm gonna try to end on that one. I don't know why, I just feel like I'm gonna enjoy that one the most, but I feel like that just sets me up for failure because I keep not enjoying books. But hopefully I do because I'm tired of the 2 stars. Yeah, which I'm really sad that I didn't like The Sacrifice because I would have loved to own this cover. It's beautiful, but alas, it happens. Hello. Okay, it's been a few days, but I have several updates for you. First of all, I got a Kindle Paperwhite. It was Prime Day, and I've been wanting a Paperwhite for so long, and it's going great so far. I love the size. I had a Kindle Fire, and that's like an actual screen, so like reading from the Paperwhite is so much better, and that's why I wanted it. But yes, so I got a Kindle, so I've been reading on my new Kindle now, and I have since started Gallows Hill by Darcy Coates. So this one seems like it follows a girl named Margot, and she has been estranged from her parents basically since she was like 8 years old, I think, and her parents live on this big hill in this big manor, and they own a winery, and they suddenly both die at the same time in the middle of the night. And so Margot inherits this land and this house and this winery, even though she hasn't talked or seen her parents since she was 8 years old. And I think that there's some like sinister details about Gallows Hill, where they live, and there's just something creepy going on. So I am about like 140 or so pages into this. I think I'm like 37% of the way through, and I think I'm gonna DNF it. It's not bad. This is my 3rd Darcy Coates, and I think I'm just finding out that she is not for me. So she is known as a cozy horror author, and it is so boring to me. Like, cozy horror, I don't know if there's a different genre or like a different author out there that writes cozy horror that I could try, but Darcy Coates' books are so boring to me. Her writing is good, the synopsis are good, but like, it's just so boring to me, and I feel like there's just so many words, and so I'm just not gonna continue. I don't think I would rate it anything higher than a 3-star. So I'm just like, I'm tired of having 2 and 3-star books this month, so I'm just gonna put it down. And I started Daphne, actually, which was the next book in this vlog anyway. But I started it, and I read it for like 40 minutes, and I'm already 20% of the way through. So that's good, because Gallows Hill was making me feel so slumpy, and so I was getting worried. But then as soon as I started reading Daphne, I was like, okay, I'm good to go. Let's do this. So I don't know a whole lot about Daphne, because I didn't read the synopsis when I, like, requested it on NetGalley. I am reading this as an e-arc from NetGalley, by the way. I just knew it was Josh Malerman, so I wanted to get it. But from what I can tell so far, we follow high schoolers, and there is this myth, this scary story legend that people tell in the dark about a girl named Daphne, and if you think about her too much, she will come and kill you. This book also so far is very heavy on the basketball, which I had heard from before, so if that bothers you, like, this might not be it for you, but I love basketball, so it doesn't bother me. But yeah, so far so good, and I feel like creepy things are about to start happening. People are starting to think more about Daphne, but we'll see. But I'm excited. Hopefully I like this one, because like I said, I'm so tired of not liking books. But yeah, I guess I'll update you when I am like halfway through Daphne, but 20% in, so far so good. Okay, I came outside to film this clip, so hopefully you can hear me well enough. But it is early in the morning. Hi, Cliff. Hi. And I wanted to update you before I go to work. So yesterday I actually made it 43% of the way through Daphne, and people are starting to die off one by one, which is not a spoiler because that's in the synopsis. But yeah, people are dying off one by one, and I'm interested to see the explanation for everything that's going on. But it is Friday, and I need to finish this vlog by Monday, so I have time to start another book, and there is a new release. It came out this week, and it's one of my most anticipated, and and that is Halloween Slaughter by Sergio Gomez. It is the sequel to Camp Slaughter, and Camp Slaughter is one of my favorite books this year so far. I read it in July, and so I'm really anticipating the sequel, and so I'm probably going to pick that up. If you don't know, the first book, Camp Slaughter, is about a cannibalistic serial killer in the woods. So I'm assuming the sequel follows him, and I don't know if it's going to be a direct sequel or if it's before or after or what, but we'll find out. But yeah, I'm assuming I'm going to finish Daphne pretty early on today, and then I'll start, what is it called, Halloween Slaughter right afterwards. So I'm excited. Hopefully it goes good. So far Daphne's going good, and I'm so excited because I haven't enjoyed a book in so long, it feels like, so fingers crossed it keeps going well. Okay, I just got back from work, and I was right. I did indeed finish Daphne by Josh Malerman. I finished it before lunchtime, so I finished it pretty quickly, and I had a really good time with this. I love the writing. I like the fact that it was based on a legend, a ghost story that if you tell people, like, she's gonna appear. I feel like that's just very, like, young kid, like high school type of thing, because, you know, we all did the Bloody Mary thing, like all that type of stuff, and Daphne is very similar to those legends. I will say though, I didn't care for the ending because nothing was explained. Like I said earlier in my clip, I was interested to see how this was all going to be explained, and nothing was really explained. But I still love the book, and I'm giving it 4 stars. I think that if everything was like put in a bow and, you know, like we were told everything and why this is happening, then it would have been 5 stars. But because we were kind of left wondering how this even happened, 4 stars. But I did start Camp Halloween by Sergio Gomez, and I did not realize this book, my Kindle says it is 448 pages. Goodreads and Storygraph both say 300, but my Kindle says 448. And listen, today, like in like 30 minutes, I am leaving on a little road trip, and I will be gone all day tomorrow, so I'm really not going to be reading. So I don't know if I can get 448 pages read by the time this needs to be done on Monday and edited so I can upload it for Tuesday. But I'm going to try my hardest. Right now, I am 16% of the way through Camp Halloween. I keep on, no, Halloween Slaughter. I keep getting the titles mixed up. Halloween Slaughter. I'm 16% of the way through, 75 pages in, so I'm reading it fairly quickly, but I just don't know if I can read it quick enough. And it's just like the first one, you know, our little cannibals getting up to like some shenanigans and stuff. People are going missing left and right, and nobody knows there's a cannibal in the woods. I jumped right into this. Like, we follow completely different characters, but we're still in the same setting, the Pennsylvania woods. There's nothing around, nobody around. And people are just dying left and right, and it's great. But yeah, so far so good, really loving that. I'm just like, 448 pages? Is it really that long, or is that like Kindle pages? I don't know. But yeah, I will update you when I can. I don't know if I'll update you tomorrow, because like I said, I'm going to be busy all day. We're going to the cross-country meet at A&M University, and there's like a ton of schools there, and we have 2 kids that we know that are running in it, so I'm very excited for that. But yeah, it's like a few hours drive away, so we're driving up tonight, spending the night, and then we'll be there for the cross-country meet, and then we'll drive back tomorrow. So we'll see how much I get read. I still have Sunday to read and then Monday to read, but not all day because I gotta edit this. But yeah, we'll see. So far so good though, and I'm really glad Daphne was the first book that I've enjoyed this month. It's not a 5 stars, but I will take a 4 star at this point. All right, update. It is now Monday, and I just made it to 50% of the way through Halloween Slaughter, and I'm really enjoying it just as much as the first one, honestly. And although this one is a lot longer than the first one, it's still reading just as fast. These books read so quickly, and I don't know, they're just so much fun to read, even though we're following a cannibalistic killer. There's also like several different point of views, like it jumps around to people he's stalking, people he's gonna kill, people he has killed, things like that. But yeah, they read so quickly and the chapters are pretty short. So yes, 50% of the way through. Still not sure if I'll finish it today, but it's starting to seem manageable. So I'm gonna give it to 5 p.m. tonight before I stop reading so I can edit the rest of this video. I did edit the first part of it like last week already, so that's good that I don't have to edit the entire thing. But yeah, it's like almost 11 a.m. right now, so I have plenty of time. My Kindle says I have just under 3 hours left to read this book based on the speed I'm reading it at. So we'll see if I finish it, but so far I'm really enjoying it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's my favorite read of the month again, because the first one was my favorite read of the month that I read it in, so we'll see. But yes, I'm about to watch my horror movie of the day, and then I will continue reading, and I will update you when things have happened or I finish the book. Okay, it's not quite 5 o'clock, but I'm going to go ahead and call it in this reading vlog. I made it 75% of the way through Halloween Slaughter, and we are at the slaughter part. Like, there's some killing throughout the entire thing, but this section is literally titled Slaughter. It's really good. I just don't understand why it's so much longer than the first one, but I'm still loving it, and the trajectory is still 5 stars. But I think I enjoyed the first one more. I don't know, we'll see. But if you're interested in finding out my thoughts, then you'll have to watch my wrap up at the end of the month. But yes, the new releases that I read in this video, 4 of them. So the first one was The Sacrifice by Wrenchipeko, gave that one 2 stars. Not for me, not great, but the cover is stunning. And then what did I read next? I read Gallows, no, oh, I read Daphne. I read Daphne and gave that one 4 stars. Really love that one by Josh Malerman. I'm definitely gonna have to pick up more from him. Out of the books that I finished, that one's definitely my favorite. And then I DNF'd Gallows Hill. I'm just realizing that Darcy Coates is not for me. Cozy horror is extremely boring for me, so there's just not a whole lot going on. And then of course, 75% of the way through Halloween Slaughter. So my favorites overall were Daphne and Halloween Slaughter. Really enjoyed those ones, and I'm really hoping that the enjoyment of those 2 can carry on through the rest of the month, because my average rating right now for October I think is like 2.9, something like that. It's really sad. It's like the lowest rated month I've had so far this year, so hopefully we can get it going. But yes, if you have made it this far in the video, go ahead and leave the knife emoji, because horror and there's some slasher vibes in this. But that is it for this video. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!